I love the old days, you know? Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. There's a guy totally disruptive, throwing punches. We're not allowed to punch back anymore. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Honestly, I hate to see that. Here's a guy throwing punches, nasty as screaming and everything else when we're talking. And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, you know, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
NBA star LeBron James has officially endorsed Kamala Harris, but he came out with a very attacking video towards Trump. It's illogical, stupid, and exposes just how dumb LeBron James is. We're going to go into that. We're going to go into his previous comments, which made him look like an absolute idiot and unintelligent when he's attacked Trump in the past, along with his buddy Steph Curry in the NBA. While they may be good NBA players, politics is probably where they should sit this one out. But they don't want to because they're probably taking orders from above. It's SeanDaniel here. If you guys enjoy the videos, consider subscribing. What am I talking about? Well, Mr. Trump, not Trumperton, Mr. James, King James over here. By the way, you have to have such an ego to call yourself King James, okay? He has a tattoo on his back called the Chosen One. We don't like him. He's got a huge ego, and he tries to push this pro-liberal black agenda on everybody. Here's the tweet that he tweeted out. It's a video. It's a cut-up of certain things against Trump. Really, that's the only reason they can try to vote for Kamala. But it says, what are we even talking about here? Double question mark. When I think about my kids and my family and how they will grow up, the choice is clear to me. Vote Kamala Harris. Let's see what this video actually says. Ready?
All right. Heck yeah. It's cool. Black guy. That's one of my buddies. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
No, I'm not a racist. They're taking black jobs now.
The whole country's going to be like, it'll be like Detroit. A lot of it's about the genes, isn't it? Don't you believe?
They're poisoning the blood of our country. Troublemaker. These are troublemakers. Look, I love the old days, you know? Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now, if you had one really violent day, like one rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately.
But we're going to indemnify police officers and law enforcement from being destroyed by the radical left. You're changing history, you're changing culture.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people because maybe hate is what we need.
No surprise there. The video goes down the hate train, the negative train that Kamala has taken towards Trump, because that's the only thing she can run on. But let's just dive into one of those clips, which I have in my 1 hour of Donald Trump roasting everybody, that shows the reality of what Trump really says.
I love the old days, you know? Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks.
That clip is not talking about when black people got abused back in the civil rights movement. That's talking about a ridiculous protester in Trump's rallies. Let's watch the clip. This is in my 1 hour of Donald Trump roasting everybody video. It has 4.4 million views. It's hilarious if you want to watch it. But this is the clip that LeBron James' team tries to paint Trump in a bad light on.
There's a guy totally disruptive, throwing punches. We're not allowed to punch back anymore. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Honestly, I hate to see that. Here's a guy throwing punches, nasty as screaming and everything else when we're talking. And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, you know, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
That's what Trump really said. Now, I'm not going to go into every single clip in here that they took out of context totally to try to paint Trump in a bad light. Trump has a lot of great one-liners that make a lot of sense, like when you watch this video. But does LeBron have the balls to film a video explaining why he's going to vote for Kamala Harris? Absolutely not, because he doesn't have reasons. He just has his team or his handlers or people above him who give him money for certain deals, telling him, hey, you need to put this out here. And one of those handlers maybe could be associated with Mr. Diddy right here, because LeBron James did say this once.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
That's
And you about to just turn around and vibe. And Bron, me, when this is done, we gonna drink a couple of bottles of the most premium wine.
Please.
You dig?
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party. That means LeBron's been into some weird stuff, and he ain't talking about Diddy no more. Now, this hatred towards Trump and getting in line is obvious when you see other celebrities that do it. We'll show later in the video the Avengers team making a promo video for Kamala Harris, because everyone in Hollywood and big stars has to do it. Maybe because they're associated with something with Diddy, certain group, you know what I mean? But in the past, LeBron had a spat with Trump because Trump said, you ungrateful people, Steph Curry, LeBron James, even if you win a championship, you ain't coming to the White House. The way you talk crap about our country, you talk crap about me, Yes, they have freedom of speech, but they really do not love the country, and they're disrespectful. And this is what happened back then when LeBron was calling Trump a bum.
And not say nothing.
Why'd you tweeted about a couple of
Yeah,
days.
absolutely.
You tweeted about Charlottesville. But you tweeted about when Steph Curry, when he called him, you called him a bum.
Yeah.
But Steph had already said, I'm not going to the White House.
Yeah, he already said he wasn't going, and he tried to use it after that to say, well, you're not invited. Well, you can't uninvite me to something I've already said I'm not going to go to. And we all know Steph Curry, model citizen, great kid, come from a great background, great family. Great father, and so many different kids. So many kids, white, black, Hispanic, all different races, love what he's doing, and rightfully so. There's no reason for anyone to ever attack him, you know. And
well, the reason Trump uninvited these guys from the White House after they said, oh, I don't know if I really want to go because I don't really want to go. Trump's like, fine, you don't want to respect the presidency, you're not coming.
Yeah. You excited about LA?
absolutely.
Yeah. One more question. What would you say to the president if he's sitting right here?
I would never sit across from him.
You would never? You didn't want to talk to him?
Nah. I sit across from Barack, though.
I'll sit across from Barack, though. Yeah, because Barack does exactly what you do, and he doesn't give a crap about the country, just cares about taking care of himself. Here's another thing where LeBron puts on his smug face real quick about the situation with Trump.
Is there any regret that you got into a name-calling situation with the president?
No. A name caller. What'd I say?
Call
Let me hear you say it.
See how smug he is?
It's not a name call. It's no, you bum. Me and my friends call each other that all the time. I'm not his friend though. I don't want to see that on the note. He's not my friend.
Hey,
No. That was the first thing that when I woke up and saw what he said about Steph Curry. First of all,
it's not bad. He tries to say like it was terrible because Trump uninvited them. If you're going to show disrespect to the White House like Steph Curry did and say, oh, I don't know if I want to go even if we win the championship. Nobody does that with Barack when he passes ridiculous stuff. Nobody does that with George Bush when he had the whole secret weapons of mass destruction thing. Oh, we're still going to the White House. But when Trump takes a stand because he's an outsider, nah.
Before we even had an opportunity, obviously I voiced, my side of the argument.
I don't think I don't want to go.
You don't want to go to the White House.
He kind of, took that power away from us and didn't allow us to have that process to come to a decision as a group, and that's
the president. After you suggested that you might not want to go,
he withdrew the invitation.
Invitation withdrawn on a tweet.
Yeah, and obviously I think that was a rallying point, not just for our team.
Rallying point. See how they try to victimize it? Like, oh my God, a rallying point. Trump has some balls. Can you imagine any other president doing that?
From Under Armour said Trump is an asset, and you said, yeah, if you drop off the each.
He basically called Trump an ass. Now, before we see the breakdown of CNN, which actually this guy up here, black guy in the middle right-hand corner, takes a stand logically while everyone else tap dances and does what they're supposed to do about why LeBron has such courage and wisdom. Let's see how other elites, like the Avenger team, let's see how the whole Avenger team, a lot of the Avenger team, excuse me, from the Avengers movies with Marvel, step in, do what they're supposed to do because they're Hollywood elites, to come in with this desperation act to try to save and support Kamala Harris when it doesn't really do anything. Then we'll get back to the CNN breakdown.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hi.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, that was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
How about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing.
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes. Definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up.
I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's original, but...
What about something punchier like,
Ooh, boom. You looking for this?
Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
Okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production, though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're going to tear down democracy.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I am down with democracy. Did I sound enough like her on that one?
That was great. How many Golden Globes have you been nominated for? I'm just curious.
Yes! All right, that was awesome.
You see how fake it is? And it just feels so constructed, and these elites are having to do what they need to do in their special group, you guys know what I'm talking about, in order to get more roles, get more jobs. So if someone's like, hey, you know, the higher ups, like maybe a Weinstein, maybe some of these guys who run these production companies, look, you need to go in there and promote Kamala Harris and jump on here. And it doesn't even do anything. We have Mark Ruffalo, one of the guys, tweeting about why you got to support Kamala Harris, blah, 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 bunch of BS. And it's just a continual stream of celebrities we see jumping on this bandwagon of supporting Kamala Harris. Now let's see what CNN has to say, where this guy takes a stand against these idiot liberals, saying, oh, Trump, LeBron made such good points in his dumb video that literally has 0 good points and 0 true points.
Well, Donald Trump can hang himself with his own words, number one. Number two, let's recall it wasn't that long ago when somebody told LeBron to shut up and dribble. I'm glad he rejected that advice then. I'm glad he's rejected that advice now. These personalities, these celebrities, these stars have their own agency. They are indeed fellow citizens, and I celebrate them speaking out. I'm not so sure what it actually does. I'm not sure people vote a particular way because LeBron said do this or do that. And I'm also concerned, Abby, about whether or not this string of celebrity endorsements plays into that narrative that Kamala is an elitist candidate. That does concern me. But at the end of the day, every one of us ought to be engaged in this process, and that includes celebrities like LeBron James.
Yeah, it is a fair concern because, I mean, nobody is surprised when a celebrity comes out for a Democrat. But I don't know that that's what she needs right now.
Look, I thought that this wasn't very effective because it was such an exercise in hyperbole and selective edits and putting it together with, videos from the civil rights movement and stuff. You know, twisting Trump's words in ways that weren't meant from a president that, for some strange reason, made funding for black colleges automatic, right? Not exactly the kind of thing a white supremacist would do. I thought that we were actually chatting before about Arnold Schwarzenegger's endorsement of Kamala, which was much more effective because what he didn't do was implicitly judge Trump supporters, say, you're racist, essentially, which is the subtext of this edit. He actually went a long way to kind of agreeing with them in certain ways and saying, I get it. I'm actually, conservative in these ways, but I'm still voting for Kamala, and I don't judge you for having your opinion. I thought that was way more effective.
You talk about twisting people's words, and you are twisting LeBron James' endorsement right now by saying he's calling all of you racist. He's not. He's saying Donald Trump is racist. Here's the proof. Here are his words. There are people who fought really hard for me to have the right to exercise my right to vote. I will do so. And I'm going to do so publicly. Now, I will tell you, there were a lot of celebrities who, for a long time, did not want to get involved. I think that Trump amnesia that we were talking about earlier in the year has been cured. I think that Madison Square Garden rally was a catalyst for those who had forgotten, who had still forgotten, to pay attention and remember the division, the hostility, the misogyny, the racism, just the horrible chaos that comes with this guy. It was a fiasco.
And I didn't see, coming respectfully, I didn't see any of Donald Trump's words being twisted in the video that LeBron posted, number one.
I am curious about what words
I didn't see any twist, number one. And number two, it's okay for campaigns to edit video to make their commercials, but it's not okay for LeBron to do that?
I'm just curious. I'm also curious, what are the words that you say are being twisted?
So, he actually has a production company, so it could have been his.
But not him himself. It's beside the point.
You think he didn't okay? You think he didn't approve what he put out?
Beside the point.
Tell us what you think is being taken out of context.
I think, so when you cobble together videos from the 50s and 60s of the civil rights movement, and you have Donald Trump saying essentially, these people are terrible, what you're implying is that he is like the white segregationists of the 50s and 60s who thought black people were lesser human beings, should not deserve to vote.
That's exactly what he meant. That's exactly what he meant.
Okay, but that's not anything Trump has ever said.
True.
Well, I think
so that is
I guess what you're saying, you're saying that he's taking Trump's words out of context. I think Trump's words were in context. It's just that they were put alongside things that you objected to.
You think asking for the death penalty for 5 young men of color, black and Latino, and then never apologizing, never acknowledging that he was wrong, you think that's not otherizing?
I mean, what Anna's talking about.
Okay.
I showed you guys just one clip that was taken out of context. That wasn't even proper context. Trump's talking about a protester in his rally that needs to get hit because he's trying to hit other people. And then they try to showcase that clip means that Trump wants these black people to be taken out on stretchers like they were in the civil rights movement. People on CNN are so dishonest, and good job, like literally this lady, okay, this black lady is paid, the host right here, she is paid a lot of money, I bet. And she gets on here every day, talks, acts like she's all factual, when she's literally spreading lies. She said, I don't think anything in there was taken out of context. Are you kidding me? These people are the arbitrators of truth to some people by sharing the news and their opinion on what's going on in the news. And it's literally BS. I just showed you guys with one clip. It's itsSeanDaniel here. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one, or you can watch another one right here. Especially the 1 hour of Donald Trump roasting everybody. Have it cut up into sections and everything, protesters, all that. It's very, very funny. And you can see some of the truth of what Trump really said, not what LeBron tries to say that Trump said.